look at that. We spoiled it.
We're here. Oh,
here we are.
We played that game this month. Spoiler.
Spoiled.
Hello, welcome to our monthly wrap-up live stream, right?
Yep.
I'm Devin.
Paul.
We're Dads and Dice, and you know what, before we get to it, we always forget to say thank you to... We are your favorite dads.
We are.
We always forget to say thank you to all of our subscribers, and we want to get better at that. That's our...
one of our goals.
2026 New Year's resolution. So on our first monthly live stream here, we're going to do it and just say...
Second one, technically.
Man, don't Paul and his technicalities.
But yes, we're getting better.
So we want to just say thank you to all of you guys that are subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, what the heck are you doing? Just click the button right now, because that makes you awesome. And speaking of awesome people, we actually want to say thank you to John K. For being a supporter on our Ko-Fi. That's really awesome of you.
Yes.
But yes, we're going to be better at it in 2026. But that's not what this is about. Today is about going over our games in January.
So again, not a ton of games this month, but more than last month. We did get more than last month, which is definitely good. But I still think a relatively mid 14-ish, which actually isn't too bad.
So I had a lot of plays in my few games, but not a lot of plays in a lot of different...
A variety of games.
Yes.
Your H index was higher up according to your BG stats.
Yes,
Yeah. I had about the same. I played a lot of, when I say a lot, it's like three-ish games of the same game. Usually that's not what we do. We usually do one and done and put it away. So I did the same. Hey,
what's going on, Ian?
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. But yeah, so a couple good things there. Yes, Patrick. So Patrick printed me an insert for Kinfire Delve.
Okay.
Because I have the 3 boxes, right? And they're not big boxes. They're, like just your standard. Right? Yeah, they're like a book size. But it's 3 boxes that fit in the, that take up space in the shelf. I was actually part of a Secret Santa on Instagram, and one of the guys, or the person that sent me stuff, he sent me an upgrade kit for Kinfire Delve, which was just like upgraded dice and all sorts of stuff. So anyway, I wanted to condense them into smaller boxes, but they wouldn't all fit in one box. Anyway, found an insert. The library wanted to charge me like $90 for it, which was way too much. So I reached out to Pat, and Pat gave me a good deal on it.
Pat, is filament going up? Is that why the library was trying to...
I don't think so.
Make a racket on this thing?
Pat charged me about 1/3 of the price for it and still made money on it. We know that. But anyway, he sent it over. I got to actually use it a couple times now, and it's so nice because it has every single deck has their own spot. Every boss has their own spot now, and you just pull it out. You can randomize it. It's got a place for all the dice and everything. Super awesome. But yeah, it was really good. I think the library is just trying to get people to not print off a bunch of stuff, because it was a big insert. It was a lot of filament. But anyway, yes. Long story short,
probably like... Their probably price is exponentially higher with time, right?
Yeah.
Like the longer a print is, doesn't matter that it's like...
I could see that.
the filament, it's the longer it's going to take, the more you're clogging up there.
And so that's what they've said, because I've sent stuff to them before, and they're like, look, if it's taking too long, we're going to pause yours and have other people's go on there that are going to be like real quick and so on and so forth. But anyway, long story short, it is a awesome insert, and it works out very well. So deeply appreciate that. All right, let's get into our games that we played this month.
We definitely didn't spoil the first one.
We didn't spoil the first one. That one shouldn't have actually been the first one, because I thought numbers came before this, but that's okay. So first game up is Baghdad. We got to play this one together. I think that was this month.
It was right at the beginning of the month. Honestly, I'm slightly struggling. This had the round action selection mechanic.
Yep. So, no, it had a... Yeah, sort of.
Like you went into the different quadrants for your action selection stuff.
Yep. But you're able to trigger those actions with your tableau that you're building and the icons on the tableau.
That's right. And it had like the let's say Wayfarers Build Your Own Score, right? It's you have 0 score at the beginning and you build whatever you want to actually score.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember.
So you have a giant rondel with the 4 different quadrants in there, and then you have the different tiles types. So you have your students, your patients, your artifacts, and your books. Right, so each of those give you different types of benefits. So like the patients give you extra resources, the students give you extra action icons. The
one was just victory points. That was boo-boo.
Yeah, the artifacts were just boo-boo victory points, and then the books gave you some kind of like thing that you could claim that gives you effects throughout the game, either one-time effects or ongoing effects.
Did I do books?
You did not do books.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember books.
I did books, and you the second one, once you get your 3rd book.
Oh, that's right.
You get like the...
Yeah, I remember.
I'm unsure about that one.
They seem super weak. Like... Because the first one gives nothing, right? If I remember right. And then the second one, what was it?
The second one gave you some type of resource. It was either a money, it was a movement token.
Yeah, and then the third was like a symbol, which I don't think is very valuable in a game where symbols are like super abundant and you're constantly doing different actions.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember what the others are.
So I will say on my solo...
Oh, it was a free action and then like a free action and discount or something like that, right?
It allowed you to get a token, like one of the city tokens, and put it on your board if you had the symbols for it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. I guess if you got to free actions, it probably is worth it because it's a game about action efficiency.
So my solo playthrough, there was the... I took a building icon on it, and that actually really helped me because a lot of the cards that I chose didn't have building icons, or not as many as they should have. So I was able to utilize it a lot and still be able to put out all my architects for the end game scoring, and I was still able to do buildings and stuff like that. I don't know, I thought it was a pretty good game. One thing that we had both talked about right after was you got to play the game that you wanted by really maximizing your end game points and really choosing what you want your end game scoring to be. And I got to play my game of, ooh, I get to fill this card. Ooh, I fulfilled this card. I filled this card. So to find a game that does both of those in a way that I felt was pretty meaningful was pretty cool. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool game for sure. Definitely crunchier than I expected. And, good decisions. Yeah, that's where I'd lay it. Good decisions and very tactical. Right? And what I will say, I'd put the only downside of the game is the action selection zone to zone is like borderline worthless. Every zone almost always has every action available. Minor penalty occasionally. Like it's like there's never this like decision of, oh man, I
have to go to this one.
It's like that's the only thing. Like I don't know. Maybe it's different at higher players because technically like a spot is taken that you're going into. Maybe, but that's the only. I would say the only. It's a weirdly non-restrictive.
Yeah, and the fact that you're drawing out of a bag to just replace it with another random thing, there's not like it's not like this quadrant is better for books. It's this quadrant is whatever's in there right now.
Yeah, and it almost always at least has one of each symbol, right?
Yeah, and the building that you got that was giving you the skip tokens, that thing was
that's so
very
OP.
well. Yeah.
So OP. I only played it once, but I am gonna say compared to the others I saw, that is hands down the best one.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. Now, what's crazy about it though is like in a 2-player game, you might not have it, right? So it might come out, it might not come out, just because you're only taking the top 2 from the building deck on there. So the solo played really well. I really like the solo bot. It's a solo that I like because it gets directly in your way. The action that it takes is the action that you've done the most of. The way that it moves the boats is really cool. You've got 2 cards. It's got the symbols on there. Really easy to read, really easy to follow. And the actions are just going quickly. It's not a beat your own score. It actually has a you have to beat this. Now, I did beat it pretty handedly.
Crushed it
on the intermediate. I don't know if I crushed it, but I did pretty good on it. But that was the intermediate, so I don't know, maybe the hard or I don't know, with the expert level or something like that. We'll try that next time. Overall, good game. Very happy with it. Let's see.
They're talking about what they played in January and Tainted Grail.
Yes, Pat, you played Tainted Grail, and you played another campaign game. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Did you sell Tainted Grail? Oh, that's it right there. That's what holds our camera.
Funny though, you talk about Tainted Grail. So I get this notification from Awakened Realms, I don't know, I'm going to say Wednesday or Thursday, and it's like, your item has been, according to our tracking, your item has been delivered. I'm like, what the heck item did I get from Tainted Grail? So I had gotten the update pack, but I got a while ago, right? I'm like, what the heck am I getting from Awakened Realms, actually? And it didn't specifically say Tainted Grail, and then I followed it, and somehow I saw Tainted Grail, and so I got home that day, and I'm like, we didn't have a package, and I'm like, And I asked Lacey, we didn't have a package. I'm like, that's weird. So I waited, I think it was yesterday actually, and I waited till today, and still no package. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I had deleted the email because I didn't really care about it. And I go and look in the email. It's what was delivered to me. It was October 5th, 2025.
And they were like, your delivery's done?
Yeah, and I got the email yesterday on
4 months ago?
It's literally the stuff that is sitting down on top of Elder Scrolls right there. Those 3 boxes. That is what they gave me a confirmation for yesterday. I was like, okay, you guys are way behind.
Drop that 8 ball. Yeah. All right, up next, Boop. So, wife and I got to have a date night. We went to D20 and played a couple games that we'll talk about here in a little bit. At the end, we were just kind of trying to figure out what we were going to do, what we were going to play, if we were going to go home or whatever. So I just walked over to the thing. Kirsten said she didn't want to learn any more games, so I just went over there, grabbed it, pulled out Boop, and we got to play Boop. It's just a fun little game, abstract game, basically just tic-tac-toe, trying to get 3 cats in a row, or 3 kittens in a row. When you get those kittens in a row, they graduate up to cats. They boop off of the bed or diagonal, whatever, across the bed. And then you turn them into cats, and then the cats, if you get 3 in a row, you win. It's way more thinky, like it says there on the box, than what you would expect it to be. I think it's a good one. I think it's a fast little 10-minute game that I'll play over and over, and it's easy to just do back to back to back to back, which is what we did with this one. So that is Boop. Daily Weather. Yes. Ian, have you been playing this one?
I was going to say, this is a children's game. But
this is not a children's game.
I don't think Ian is playing with any children that I know about.
His classroom, he's got a board game club at school. But no, this is
children, right?
I think
Ian, what grade's your board
4th
game
and
club?
5th grade.
Oh, okay, that is
so
children.
yeah, those are children. But that's not the Daily Weather. The Daily Weather is the newest Button Shy game. So it's actually on Kickstarter right now, but they do have print and play versions and all that stuff. This is just a daily puzzle, which is honestly, I think this is my favorite Button Shy game that I've played. They've got 18 cards in there, but you don't use all 18 cards. You have 6 cards with all of these symbols here on the screen there. So you've got like the sun, you've got clouds, you've got rain, you've got snow. And then you have different cards for the day that it is and the month that it is. You've got cards for the week. So like, are you in the first week of February, the second week? And then you've got cards for the day. Is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it is. And so based on all of those things, you are trying to create patterns with these icons to fulfill today's daily weather. So some of the things might be like, get 4 clouds in a square, or get 3 raindrops in a diagonal. And then on top of that, you're then going to score your biggest group of suns, or your biggest group of, the backgrounds are different. So like your biggest group of 2-toned backgrounds. And it's a card overlaying game. So you'll put a card down, and then you have to overlay another one on top of that. But in order to do that, you got to match the different cells. It's a game that plays within 10 minutes. It's very challenging. I think I've only won the daily challenge once on the first try. It usually takes me like 2 or 3 tries to do it. Now, granted, a lot of the times when I play it, I'm not planning out every single move. I'm just kind of putting stuff and going around. I said it in my review of the video. I've been taking this one to work, and I've been playing it, for about 10 minutes, kind of just like as my, oh, let me get this going, then I'll do my Wordles, then I'll do my Sudokus, all that kind of stuff. It's just like a good daily puzzle that just gets that brain working. I don't know. I like it quite a bit. It's a really good one.
Did you ever play that print and play game that did the date and time? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I've done it a handful of times, and
the one that's like that, it's based on what time you start it and stuff. Yeah.
It sounds like that, right?
It's Tempest something. Yeah.
Right, and it like depending on what number, right, you put the whole date and time in there. Is your actions that you're allowed to do.
It's similar in the way that it's going to change whenever you do it. Right? Yeah. That's actually a really cool one. I like that one.
Pat, that is cool. I haven't even opened mine. Well, I've technically opened it and put it in the wallet, but I haven't played it yet. Look here, I haven't been following the drama close of all that, but it sounds like these people are like mashing their cards together as hard as possible. So I don't know. One, I typically don't shuffle like that anyway. I typically like do the piles over mashing, unless I'm like playing Magic where stuff's sleeved and it mashes very easily. I also am like, I mean, I'll see if it's like terrible wear, I would make them replace it. No, legit. Okay, well then maybe I will check that out. Anyway, I watched one of this last week of CTG's, whatever they called that week, their special week where they had streams every day. I watched a handful of them, but anyway, I watched the one where they said that they were taking care of that kind of stuff. So,
is this the one that's like you play it in your palm of your hand?
Well, that's the theory. I mean,
that's what it's supposed to be.
You technically do that, but yeah.
There's another game, Palm Island, I think, that does that, where it's like in your hand and you rotate them, and depending on like the orientation, it changes. Whatever.
Yeah, it is neat. It's you have cards and you level up your cards. So the card is 4 levels, right?
Okay.
So level 1, level 2, 3, 4 type of deal. So it is really cool to do that way, but like I don't think I'll ever be cramped up in an airplane like keeping it in the palm of my hand.
All right, let's see what's up next. Emberleaf. So this one was actually, again, Kirsten and I, when we went out, this was the first game that we played. This is one that I was pretty excited to teach her. It's the same. She likes Isle of Cats quite a bit, so it's the same designer. I know she likes tableau building. She likes, all that kind of stuff. So I figured this would be a good one to teach her. She's terrible at learning games. You know this. She just asks tons of questions.
Looks at her phone the whole time.
I look at my phone too, but I try not to ask questions, and I'll try to figure it out for the most part. But she's worse than I am for it. Anyway, I explained the game to her.
That's just what I imagine, like trying to move a card and just, oh crap.
With that. But yeah, anyway, so I taught her the game. I could tell she wasn't into it throughout the teach. So when we were about to start, I was like, do you want to play this or not? She was like, yeah, you already taught it. Let's play it, kind of thing.
I've invested 30 minutes sitting here.
Pretty much. Actually, I'll talk about that later in another one. But anyway, so we started playing. And in this game, the timer of the game, you can make it go as slow or as fast as you want, basically. There's 2 timers. The first one is, there's 6 goals, maybe 9 goals. I don't remember. There's a certain amount of goals, and any time that you clear this track, you get one of those goals. Once all those are gone, that's the end of the game. Or the other way is, I forget about it off the top of my head, but building in all the clearings, having all the clearings filled out. That's another way to end the game. Well, I was playing my own game, so I wasn't pushing the end game. I don't think she knew exactly what she was doing, so she wasn't pushing the end game. So at about halfway point of the game, I was like, I don't think she's, really enjoying this, and nobody's been pushing the end game. So it went a little bit longer than it probably should have. I was enjoying my time. It's how I like playing Terraforming Mars. I want to do as much as I possibly can. And so at the end of the game, you know, she's just kind of like, yeah, I don't think I'll play that one again. I actually really liked it at the 2-player count, just because, again, when you play the solo, you are actively trying to not do things because it will benefit the AI. So you have to play like completely different games. When you play this one multiplayer, you could actually play it how you want to play. So like, I like building out all my stuff. I don't like fighting all the things, right? I just want to build it out and build up an engine as best as I could. So I'm able to do that in the multiplayer game. I don't think she basically said she won't play it again. I don't know if you'll play it. You might like it.
You lost me at Isle of Cats because it's not
much heavier than Isle of Cats. It's
game
much
I
heavier
enjoy all that much.
I want to say this one's at like a 3.6.
Funny about Isle of Cats, it's sitting right there. Touch it.
Yep.
I've been debating listing that for sale many times because I just don't really enjoy the game. The only thing that keeps me with it is that's the one that has like the great family version, right?
It does.
So it's like if there's ever a game
eventually
to keep for family, that's the one.
Yeah, and it's really easy to play. This one sits at a 3, and it's actually got more of the Viscounts mechanic of sliding and falling off whenever things happen, and you can do anytime abilities and stuff like that. So you might like it for that. I've been unsure if you would like it or not, but it's a good game. I really do enjoy it. I wish I could play it multiplayer more. The sister AI, it is a cool concept, but it's not how I want to play the game. So, yeah.
That box art is atrocious.
I would
never pick this up, ever, right? Like, this tells me nothing about what the game is at all.
You're right with that. Does the Isle of Cats one say anything? The side does.
Isle of Cats,
but I don't remember.
I think it's a picture of the little island.
I think it's the same as this. Yeah, that doesn't really tell you much either.
Anyway.
You're right.
I was just looking at that, I'm like, that does not like help sell me the game in the least bit.
I agree with that for sure. But yeah, that's Unrelief. I do like it quite a bit. Want to play it more. Maybe we'll play it soon. Formaggio. So this was the second game that we played with Kirsten. And so she was like, I don't want to learn any more games. I was like, I know you will like this one. Like, I know you'll like this one.
She's not really learning. You've done everything there's ever to do.
I was like, you know how to do everything in this game. And she was like, I don't want to learn another game. I was like, 10 minutes.
This is the second one, right?
This is the second one, yeah. So she hasn't played the first one. So
well, I was just trying to think what the actions were. It had
and like so I said, I can teach you this in 10 minutes. She was like, that's too long. I was like, that is the shortest teach anybody will ever give. I was like, I promise you I can teach you this in 10 minutes. She was like, okay, 10 minutes. So she set a timer. 9:56 is what it took me to teach this. I was sweating at the end because I was like, I'm getting so close. But yeah, that's all it was, right?
Did just the two of you play?
It was just the two of us.
What did you think?
Not the best, not the worst. The reason it wasn't the worst was because you actually change out like spaces in there that are blocked.
I mean, I get that.
And so that was pretty good. I think it would have been, I mean, we were next to each other, so like, you know, the rotating and stuff like that is fine. It's just more fun with 4 players. It really doesn't change how the game is played. You're still waiting the same amount of time for the stuff to come to you. Since there's less spaces, you have the same amount of decision space once it comes to you, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. It's just more fun with 4 people, if that makes sense. Like, it's just...
Yeah, but you're also like so that game is very much about placing cheese where you want to compete, right? Like 4 quadrants, and at 4 players, you should win one, and then what are you doing in the other 3, right? So forsake one, maybe try for second and 2, or something like that, right? When you go down to 2 players, now what is it? Like, I'm winning 2, you're winning, right? Like, it becomes much more open of, like, who is going to dominate the points and things. So that would be where I think it lacks.
So, funny enough, we tied. We both got 71 points, exactly. And, of course, the winner was the person that ran out of cheese, which was me, so that kind of turned her off on it from it. But at the end of this game, she was like, you're right. I actually really did like this one.
Yeah,
and
it was a great game.
So I thought it was really good just for that. The fact that I could get that teach out in under 10 minutes made me feel really good. The canals is the hardest of them all to explain because you want to know how it scores, or else you're just placing stuff randomly. So that was the one that I took the most time on. But what I really like about this one compared to the other one is the platinum cheese. That's the one that takes the 4 rotations to get back to you. I thought that was a pretty cool little addition to the game.
I don't know that I ever used that in our playthrough. I was like, that cannot be worth it. That was my thought.
So the one that I thought it was worth it in was in the gondola one, because it connects to so many other gondolas. I think it's in the center. And then in the one that is asking for things in rows and columns, the platinum one is at the top of one of the columns. So like if you can complete that,
and it counts for like 2 columns, right? Or if I remember right.
Yeah. So that that made it go over. Yeah, the platinum cheese. So it's a good game. I really liked it. I'm not sure if it's on my end or not, but the sound on the mics changed. I did bring them down just a little bit because we were peeking out, but I think it's pretty normal. All right.
Does it sound quiet or does it sound normal? We would like to know, because we're trying to figure out our mic issue, our mic situation in general. So let us know. Inventors. So after what felt like a long hiatus, we finally got to complete the Moon Saga with our playthrough of. And it's mirrored off, but both. So one is a die. I don't know what that means. I'm not smart enough. Paul's the tech guy.
I'm not sure what that means either.
And
Pat's the tech guy.
The real tech guy. I just say Paul's the tech guy because he uses computers more than me. Inventors. So we got to finally complete the Moon Saga. We did like back to back with Wayfarers and Scholars, and then it's like a 2-month hiatus, and we finally did Inventors. I enjoyed it. It added, so we did it with whatever the expansion is.
Era of Experts.
It added async player powers. My concern was the three round game. Didn't feel it. So I thought that meant the player powers were strong, and they were, because they had to be to make up for the 3 being the complete game to the 4. I would like to know if it's still really possible to max out your tower in the 3-player game, because that was the one we were both pretty far off.
When you say max it out, do you mean with all of the workers, or just like one of them?
I would say most of the games I played, I don't know, I probably played 4 of the base game. I think 2 with you and 2 solo. I probably had all of them 7+.
Okay.
Right? And in this one, I feel like I might have been at 5 or 6 on, you know, on some of them. So that'd be my the one thing I think might like not, because shipping was fine. Getting like your invention and that kind of stuff done was fine, but I don't know, for whatever reason, getting the workers up seemed less.
And so we talked about that a little bit after the game. I feel like this game was made with the expansion.
For sure.
And then they removed that and added a round to it, right? Yeah. So I'm wondering if, and of course it's the first time that we played the game, you were able to max out the tower, but like, knowing Garfield games, they usually don't let you do everything, right? So without the expansion, you can kind of do everything. Was that their original intent of the game, right?
And I could be wrong, right? We played like 2 of, I think, 12 characters.
That's true.
There could be some that lean more into boosting people, right?
So I'm wondering if you don't do the entire shipping track, if you can level up all your people, or if you don't do something else, can you level up all your people? That way you're getting 2 of the 3, or a couple on there.
Yeah, it was fun. We got to complete the Moon Saga, and I told Paul afterwards, I'm glad we did it. Never do it again, right? It really did not add anything worth adding to the game, is the best way to put it, right?
Yeah, I agree.
It was neat that it gave you some sort of power if you won something the previous game. But I don't know. To me, it was just more... For all 3 games, I didn't need a extra goal to compete for. I think the big thing with the Moon Saga is it has this really cool solo campaign, and I think that's really what it's probably made for. And they threw in the
just because that's what they've done for all the other ones.
Yeah, threw in the little competitive campaign too. But again, very cool that we did it. Glad that we did it. To say we did it, but I'll never play that again, even if I decide to play them back to back.
Yeah,
I just don't need to do that
with the Moon Saga. Yeah, it's cool because it does give you these little goals to go for, right? Like, finish or have 6 translators retire or something. Like, that might not be how you play the game, but this is going to force you to kind of play it that way. And when I say force, it's if you want to do that, because you can still win without it, kind of thing, right? So it's a cool way.
Yeah, and I mean, like a neat, you get +1 to your dice or whatever. Yeah. Like a neat little, that's fun cheater ability, but ultimately not worth the extra.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Pat, you got this one and 3 others. What 3 others?
Yeah, that Humble Bundle was pretty awesome if you didn't own the games.
What was it for? Was it from Garfield?
Yeah, well, I think it was technically sponsored by Renegade.
Oh, that was what you sent me a while ago, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a really good Humble Bundle. I, of course, owned everything, so I didn't need it. But I think it was an expansion or both expansions to Viscounts. I can't remember what all it was. It was a really good deal though. So very cool.
Inventors, where does it rank for you? What do you think? For the South Tigris.
Ooh, for the South Tigris. Ooh, that's really hard. Probably 3rd.
Really? Wayfarer, Scholars, Inventors?
Yeah, but that's tough.
That's tough.
I've been thinking about this recently because Paladins for a long time has been my favorite, but I haven't played it in a while. So I need to play it because, truthfully, I think Ezra and Nehemiah is probably something I enjoy more than Paladins. But I won't know that until I play Paladins again to kind of confirm it. Not that Paladin's bad. It'd probably be like Ezra and Nehemiah's #1 game, Feast for Odin, Paladin's number
3, 4,
number
5,
3, right? Like, I've been thinking about that because all 3 of these games are like, for me, this series was like miles above
the West Kingdom,
the other games, with the exception of Paladins also being like very good. But I just enjoyed all 3 of these, all very different, and that's what I like. These were all heavy crunch and very different. And I don't know. So when I say 3 out of 3, that sounds bad, but I don't really mean it.
Yeah.
But I also think, I don't know, that's hard because this expansion adds so much more variability. So I don't know. That's a great question.
I think this one for me is number 2. I do like this one quite a bit. I don't know. Wayfarer is just, that one's so, I don't know. We talked about it a little bit with Wayfarer's Inventors. They're both sandboxes. But
Paul needs goals.
I need goals. Yeah, that's what I need.
Wayfarer's gives no goals. Wayfarer's gives, it's the Baghdad. Except for Baghdad, you at least have in each round goals.
You do have
right?
goals.
But Wayfarer's is scoring-wise, just like Baghdad.
Just do what you
want. You literally start with 0 score, 0 way of getting score, and you got to go find your score.
Yeah. All right, up next, Isle of Skye.
Isle of Skye. Man, I wish I could remember this game.
I'm going to assume you played it during the ice storm.
Oh, yeah. So the story with the Isle of Skye is I was up in St. Louis, and our buddy John got sick, so he couldn't play. So I played with St. Louis Paul and then Kelly that's up there. And it was like quick audible, right? Like, oh, John can't play, he's sick, whatnot. And Paul was gracious enough to host us over at his house. And so this was, what was the first game we played? I'm sure I'll get
Splendor?
to it. No.
I don't know.
What was it? Why do I not remember? Why is my memory gone? Anyway, so we played Isle of Skye. This to me was a better Carcassonne is the best way I would explain it.
Okay.
It did have what I typically do not like in a game, which is a set your price bidding.
Okay.
Because I hate bidding, and I definitely hate a set your price. That's what turned me off of the Castles of Mad King Ludwig. But it was done well, and it gave you enough money that, like...
Is this the one that, like, if you set your price and nobody buys it, you have to buy it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get 3 tiles each round. Everybody gets 3 tiles. 1 you're going to scrap. 2 others you're going to set a price for. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to go around, and you're going to go around 1 time, right? So we have a 3-player game, so everybody sets it. So everybody's got 2 tiles in front of them that you got pricing on, right? And we're each going to have the chance to purchase somebody's. And so if you set 3 coins as the price, I pay you 3 coins plus you get those 3 coins back, right? And there is something to turn order because, like, I could pay you, which then gives you the money to pay Kelly, type of thing, right? Anyway, so you're going to go around and you're going to potentially buy 1 tile, and then it's 1 round, and then whatever tile's in front of you, you're buying for the money that you set out there. Very, very clever, cool mechanic. But after that, it's basically like, I'm going to call it Carcassonne scoring. There's matching, and then a couple different scoring mechanics type of thing. And then it has I'm going to call it the edicts of cartographers. It's A and B score at round 1, B and C, A, B, D in round 3, B, C, D in round 4 type of thing. So everything scored, I think, 3 times throughout the game, however it was. So again, it was cool. It was really, really cool, fun little game.
Interesting.
Yeah, better Carcassonne. That's my best way of putting it. This is the game we played first. Libertalia. So,
what a game.
Paul sent, not this Paul, other Paul sent like a list of games to play, and I was like, oh, the only one I played is such and such. Can't remember what it was. It was not Libertalia. And he was like, all right, let's play Libertalia this time. I was like, oh wait, I have played Libertalia. And it was awesome. I think Libertalia is such a fun game. It's first and foremost, the hand card mechanic is like, anyway, it's so amazing. To explain it really real fast. You start with a hand of 6 cards, and everybody starts with the exact same 6 cards. You play in the first round 4 of those cards. So everybody has 2 cards left over, but everybody's got a unique 2 cards left over. Then you get 6 more cards that are all the same, and you play 5 of those. So then going into the next round, everybody's carrying over 3 cards, and they're all 3 unique cards. And then the next one, you get 6. So it's this weird, like, you know what everybody has, but you also don't know what everybody has, and you definitely, even at 3 players, cannot keep up with it. Anyway, I just think that part is so fun, and it's a silly game. This is like the level of silliness that you in no way care about, like, who wins the game. You just go out there and you have fun. You try and collect maps and you get 1 short, or you get stabbed off the ship and taken back to to... Oh, well, actually, you're dead there. Not even to the island. Anyway, it's a silly game. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a really clever card play. I do think the card play is interesting on there. But yeah, it's hard when you get knocked out every round. That is like the most annoying thing about it. Is just like, oh great, me again. Oh great, me again. So that can be.
That's what you get when you play with a wife that just loves whatever
that loves
attack.
confrontation.
Right? The funny thing about that is, right? The truth is, it scores you nothing. To knock somebody, to take a saber and knock somebody out does not benefit you in any way. It basically sets you and that person back, right?
Yeah.
You're not winning from doing that. So anyway, honestly at 3, I don't think, there's not all that many sabers. You obviously get more because there's more than the higher player count. But.
So did you guys, I know there's 2 sides to the board. You guys just play on the normal side? Yeah. I think the other side
I don't think they had played, so the other one is more take that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
don't want to do that.
The base one is not all that much, or really any.
All right, up next we got Marvel United Spider-Geddon. So I bought this game last year, hoping that I could play this one with Lola. So, it says 14 plus on the box, but it's pretty simple. There's no real text on there that you have to read. Not that she can't read, she can. And it's really not like the difficulty in this game comes into planning, right? Like when do you want to play this card and when do you want to play this card? But what's really cool about it is, first of all, it's a co-op, but you're using the previous card that was played's action. So, I could play an attack, she could play a move, but use my attack also. So we got Spider-Man because she's obsessed with Spidey's Amazing Friends, loves Ghost Spider. So that was like the core box that we got was Into the Spider-Verse. It has Green Goblin in there, so that's who she always wants to go up against. I actually convinced her to go up against Anti-Venom this time, which was pretty cool. And, the game went a little bit long just because she's not the best at planning, obviously at 5. So the game was, the game I think should last probably 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. It was a little bit over 30. We probably had 2 or 3 turns left and she was just like, I'm done, I'm out, which was fair. But there's a lot of times where, she'd play a card and be like, I'm going to hit this person. I'm like, no, you should... We're almost done saving everybody. You should save somebody. And she's like, no, I'm going to hit this person. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can hit this person. And so then it's like me trying to figure out, like, okay, now what am I going to do to try to...
How do I make us win?
How do I fix this for us? But it's cool because she was getting into it and she helped me, set it up and all that stuff. So I'm seeing the light into the better games than just the Habas and the my first whatever, we're getting into these ones. First time I played this game, I played with like Miles Morales or something like that. That was cool. But this time I actually tried out Spider-Punk and who was the other one that I played? Spider-Punk and I don't remember the other one. But it was cool. They had like special abilities that go up against, against this villain. So it was fun, really liked it. And it's cool that she's getting into these bigger games. So
Pagan, I played this.
You played this.
Lacey and I played this. We had a blast playing this. So we played, I think 4 games. So yeah, we played 4 because I've won 2. I've won 2. She's won 2. I've won once as a witch, once as a hunter. She's won once as a witch, once as the hunter.
That's pretty good. Very balanced. Seems
yeah,
like.
Absolutely. This game's a lot of fun. It's a 2-player deduction game that they got right. That's the best way to explain it, right? One person gets to be the witch, trying to hide and disrupt the hunter from figuring out who the witch is. Really, really cool. This is like the perfect, we'll call it, level or style of game for Lacey and I. So Lacey is very much gamer like me. We both take our time, have zero problem like waiting, if you will. When we play games, they're very long because we both just think and take our time doing stuff. And this one fits that perfectly because the truth is you can do jack when the other person it's their turn, right? Like you can't even really plan because it's all reactive. What they did is going to influence what you do. So you just kind of sit there and you watch what they're doing, and then
decide what you're going to do.
Yeah, and then you go and you start deciding what you're going to do. And but no game has made us both laugh more than this one, because every time we're like placing this stuff out, it's like so hard. You think the other person is like looking through your soul and like watching your move, like, oh, they know this is me and I'm the witch, you know? And so I'm like, and then they're just like looking at you because that's what you do, and then we just both laugh or whatnot. Anyway, had a lot of fun, and then honestly the most memorable is our third game. We get down to like the we'll call it the 1 yard line. It's I win or she wins situation, right? And Lacey probably tanks for no less than 20 minutes, just talking out like she knew I was this person or this person. And whichever one she like if she was wrong, I was gonna win, right? That was just where we were at in the game. And she was like, "You did this early, and that really threw me off because I thought it was this one. And why wouldn't you have done that?" And so she ultimately pulls the trigger and ends up getting the right person. But it was funny watching her like just sit there and stress, you know, and think about it. And it's fun. We both said like, the witch is like so stressful because like you literally think every move you do is telling them exactly who you're one of 9 people, right? It's not, but you're thinking every single time I place a token, like they know that's me type of deal. And the hunter is just like, do whatever you want. Okay, let's do this. All right, easy.
That's cool.
Anyway, we very much enjoyed playing Pagan. And then we finally got back to it. Got back to September. Very close, you know.
Yeah, just a little bit off. Not too bad.
You say that, right. Funny, we have an advent calendar over there that I think we did last night or the night before, and we're on December 17th. So that is where we are at in life.
You're still in 2025.
Yeah, we are just catching up the best we can. So anyway, we played September, and this was one of the most fun rounds that we have played of this game so far. The game has finally, like, I'm going to call it, flipped the page from the exploration phase, and exploring is now over, and now it's like surviving the game mechanics and the story and what's going on in it. And yeah, we literally were on the brink of losing. It was win this turn or we are losing the game, and we pulled out the win and had a lot of fun. Got 3 games left and excited to see how it wraps up.
Gonna get season 0 after this?
Yeah, but however, anyway, back behind one of these, I have Clank Legacy 2 sitting, so that's the next one.
That'll be the next one. All right, I got to play Sparks. This game caught my eye mainly because of the designer and the mechanic for it. So it's dice drafting. Same person that made the Magnificent made Sagrada, or both of them worked together to make this one. Salt Fjord was another game on here. So, you know, just a bunch of dice drafting kind of games. So with this one, what you're doing is you have a little tableau of cards. And these cards have dice with numbers and colors on them. So there's 4 different colors. And so you're trying to complete these cards by placing either a color or a number on there. You have some other cards that are your helpers that can give you one-off abilities. They can give you ongoing abilities, all those kinds of things there. And so whenever you complete a card, you're going to move up some tracks. Once you move up some tracks, you get to update your player board or upgrade your player board a little bit by making, you know, cards in this section of your tableau worth more, or they give you this when you complete a card that's in there. So it's just a bunch of that kind of stuff. I got to play it solo. The solo is okay. Really, you are basically just... The way that you draft the dice is you have tiles, and the tiles are like 3, 4, 5. 2 3 is a 4 and a 5, something like that. So whenever you draft them, you have to go either from left to right or right to left, but you have to get all the consecutive ones. You can't skip any. But some of the abilities will let you skip some and stuff like that. The issue with the solo is there's no real tension in the dice that you draft. You can pretty much get whatever you want. When you play multiplayer, you also get a second draft, so you can go back in and get some of the leftover ones. So that's a little bit better. And again, with the solo, you can pretty much just get whatever you want. So it's a fun game. I definitely want to try it multiplayer. It legitimately played, I want to say it was like 35 minutes for the first game of it. So it was very quick. But it was good. I can see some potential in it. I just want to play it multiplayer. Don't think it's a very good solo one, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that is Sparks.
Splendor. So we played in St. Louis, Isle of Skye, and then Libertalia, then Isle of Skye, and that was like the games we had planned. And so like we're just kind of sitting around the table talking, and Paul's there, and Splendor's like right there. I'm like, hey, Kelly is brand new to board games, right? And I'm like, have you ever played Splendor? He's like, no. I'm like, here, let's play that real quick, because I can teach that off the dome and haven't played it in 5 years. And I forgot how much I enjoy Splendor. I think Splendor probably makes my top 50 of all time games. It's just a fantastic, quick game, right? And I just enjoy it. I enjoy every bit of it. I think Paul put the version that doesn't have the nice clay chips on there. We got to play with the nice clay chips.
This is the BGG version now.
BGG publishes it now?
No, I'm saying this is the picture that's on BGG now.
I was like, wow, I didn't know they published games. But anyway, Splendor, great game. I don't know, always a good time.
It's funny you say top 50. I've been watching Before You Plays. They just started doing their top 50 games, and I think Naveen has this in his top. I want to say it was like 40 or something like that. And he basically said the same thing. He's like, it's a game that I haven't played in forever. The theme is completely just pasted on. It means absolutely nothing. Tell you the theme. He was like, it has to do with nobles and this and that. He was like, but it is a great straight up engine builder of just get this to get this. Now you have this card producing this and just building up. But yeah, he just said, it's a game that has definitely stood the test of time.
Absolutely.
Unmatched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is my favorite box that I've played. This one is so fun. It really gives the turtle feel. Everything about the cards, all of the animals.
The turtle feel. I would like you to expand on the turtle feel.
So, just kind of hard on top and soft on the bottom. Yeah. No, it's just like, it really gives you that like TV show, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? So the art on there is the same as that. Just the cars, or Cowabunga, and the way that they made each turtle's like power like really match their personality. So like Michelangelo, he's all just kind of wild and free and kind of loosey-goosey how he plays. So he only can have 3 cards instead of 7. But every time that he does a scheme or a attack, he gets to draw new cards. So like, you want to attack and scheme a lot more, so that way you're drawing more cards, so that way you're not having to maneuver a lot. But it's all kind of like, this probably isn't the best thing, but it's going to give me the cards. You have Donatello, who's the smart one. So what his deck allows him to do is he invents stuff. So I think he's got 3 invention cards. It might be 4. But if you get one of those, you can play it. Then once you play it, you tuck it under his player thing, and it adds on to, it gives you another attack if you play a scheme, or it lets you draw another card if you do a maneuver. It's like different stuff like that. So it's boosting up his abilities. Raphael, he's the loose cannon. He's angry at everything kind of stuff. So if he loses the first attack, he gets to take another action, or, he just kind of goes into this rage mode. And then Leonardo's, he's kind of like the team player. He allows you to move somebody at the beginning of the turn, right? So like everything that they do like feels Like that's something that they would have done in the TV show.
Do any of them have the like pets or the?
So all of them have sidekicks.
Okay, yeah.
So the sidekicks are April O'Neil for Michelangelo. You've got Splinter for Leonardo. You have, oh man, I just forgot his name. Casey Jones for Raphael. And then you have Metalhead for Donatello, right? So the bad guys that you're going up against is Krang. And so on Krang's board, he's trying to turn it all into Dimension X. So like once the threat track reaches it, another section of the board turns into Dimension X now. And whenever you're in there, his attacks are stronger kind of thing. On the other side, you have all 5 boroughs of New York. And Shredder is trying to get all of his footmen on there. And if a borough falls, all those footmen turn over and they start giving you damage and stuff like that. So they did a really, really good job of just incorporating the theme into this box. And that's something that they're well known for anyway. It just feels really well done in this one. And I just really like the way that the Adventures does the solos. Just the deck, you're just flipping it over. The bad guys have their minions, so you've got Bebop and Rocksteady. You have, I forget their name. The Fly Doctor guy. I forget his name. But all of them play completely different. Some of them like make that threat track go up a lot. Bebop and Rocksteady, their biggest thing is they want to end their turn next to the villains. They're trying to like buddy up next to them. So at the end of they're always going to move next to them. It's just really cool. It's a really good box. Really enjoyed it. So that's that one.
20 Strong. This is 20 Strong Red, recommended by Pat. It's fun. I played a lot. Not my favorite 20 Strong when it's all said and done. Maybe because I played too much, but also because this one's long, hour and a half, right? And so I started on difficulty 0, and there's 10 difficulty, technically 11. There's 0 to 10, right? And so I was playing through, and I think I only got to difficulty 6. I played 7 times, and at an hour and a half each, that's a lot of time to play what is ultimately a 20-30 minute game, right? But this one it was a really cool, Pat recommended it to me because it's the Slay the Spire mechanic where you build your path, right? So every single playthrough is different. You're building your path which has all its nodes up to Grandma's house. That part is really cool. But the thing I basically found out is, one, there's a certain item in there that is completely bonkers busted, and there's not a lot of items in there. I'm going to say there's 12 or 15. So like once you get to it, that's it. And like I can't like not buy it. I did one time when I had a different like synergy or strategy. I'd kind of went a different route, also just to make myself. But that's one. But two, once you get, I'm going to say a couple levels, that's not the best, you get these campfires and can make your dice a bit stronger, but once you get a couple, I'm going to call it levels in there, you can kind of coast, and then it's like a grind because it's not faster, but you still have to complete rest of the game. So about at the halfway point, you are at a point where you could probably face the final boss, but you still got to do rest of it, right? So it's another, maybe not halfway, but at least an hour into that hour and a half playthrough, you're done. Like I'm gonna win this thing. But I do really like the pathing mechanic and think that's really cool. I just think ultimately the other 20 Strong, besides Too Many Bones, that one was, I thought, awful, but the other two much better. So anyway, still excited to try it.
Is this the first one you've played on Tanglewood?
Yeah.
So do the other ones, I know the first box was like their own games, right? So like the Too Many Bones, Hopmachus, all that. These ones all follow, do they have like specific mechanics? Do you know? Like,
yeah, so the first 3 basically had no shared mechanics, right? It was 3 unique games. I mean, the core system, obviously, but 3 unique games in there. This one, they all have a shared mechanic, 2 shared mechanics of, one, there's like this shop you can go to let you do stuff. And then 2, they all traverse like forest different ways. So this one is the Slay the Spire, you're climbing up the spire going node to node. I can't remember which one, but one of them is like I think it's a 9x9 grid. It might be a 4x4 grid. I think it is 4x4, and you're like moving along there, and then it has like adjacency triggers for wherever you end. And then the other one I don't 100% remember the traverse. Oh, the other one, it's like your path cards have cardinal directions, so north, south, east, west, and that is a requirement of cards you have to face each combat. So you choose one of 4 of the path cards, and maybe it has a north, north, east, and west. And then you have to reveal cards until you get north, north. Yeah. So they just, that's their, we'll call it shared mechanic. I think it makes them all unique, but that's the shared theme with it. And then they have rows. I don't know anything about rows. That was the like special Black Friday one, and I have no idea.
Interesting.
What it does.
Very cool. All right, I think that is it. That is all, I want to say 14-ish games that we played, somewhere around there. Overall, I think it was a decent month. I don't know how you've been doing this month, but I have not been doing as much. I'm hoping to get a couple more plays in, but
I'm pretty sure I played difficulty 7 of 20 strong. Because at this point, I'm like, I'm at least going to make it to difficulty 10.
It's the same game every time, just harder. Yeah. So, I've played, I want to say like 2 or 3 games. I've played the daily weather daily. So, but other than that, we've got games set up here. Let's see what else. We've got Pawnscape that we'll be playing this month. That is the new Thomas Holek, the guy that made SETI. It's his little Tableau kind of builder card game. Getting a couple more games in that I'm pretty excited about, so hopefully get those played too. I've been actually really itching to play Sleeping Gods again, so I think I'm going to play Primeval Peril. I think I'm going to get that set up so I can get that played back out. So, yeah, that's what games do you guys have planned to play, or what have you guys played, if anything? But yeah, that's really about it.
That's it.
So we appreciate everybody watching this. Again, at the beginning of the stream, we talked about how one of our things for this year was to thank everybody more than what we've been doing. So thanks to all of our subscribers. If you haven't done that, just go ahead and do that real quick. And then also a huge shout out to John K, who is supporting us on Ko-Fi. And if you would like to support us on there as well, we would greatly appreciate that. The link is in the description below. But other than that, that's all that we have. So until next time, have a good night.
Later.